Hi, I'm David Lamotte. I'm a singer-songwriter, a speaker, and an author, and I want to tell you about my Patreon group because this is an amazing group of people who have literally changed my life. And it turns out this thing has mattered to some of them too. So if you're unfamiliar with Patreon, here's what it is. It's a subscription-based digital community. Lots of folks join Patreon to support artists whose work they appreciate, and I am massively grateful to the folks who've joined my Patreon community. Here's how I like to thank them. Every Monday I send out a little video of a song and a few encouraging words from wherever I am in the world. It might be an old song of mine or a cover, or it might be some old concert footage from deep in the vault. It's a nice way to start the week. Once a month, that song is a new song. So folks in my Patreon community get to hold the new babies while they still have that soft spot in the top of their heads. Twice a month, I host a little hangout online. I play a song live, and then I read a poem that I've found that I love. There are no wrong seasons, which is what I dream. And then we just kind of go around, check in, see how everybody's doing. It has been beautiful to watch people learn each other's stories. We celebrate together, we mourn together. It's become a little community, and it's a different group every week. People come in and out a little bit, but at the end of every one of these, I feel renewed. And I love to do little sporadic bonus things from time to time. Like sometimes I get a discount code for tickets to a festival, or when I do an online concert, I do a little extra hangout afterwards with just my Patreon people. And since this began back in 2019, there's now quite a library of Monday music videos and new songs that are all there for you when you join. And if all that sounds like more than you really want to commit to, keep in mind that all of it's optional. There are people who join my Patreon group just because they want to support my work. They never really take advantage of any of this stuff. Obviously, I'm super grateful for those folks too. The truth is, the support of my Patreon community has lent a stability to my life that I've honestly never felt before in a 35+ year career as an independent artist. It's kind of an NPR model where a few people chip in so that everybody can listen. And as of the beginning of 2024, I began sending 10% of each month's Patreon contributions to Guatemala to support Senderos. Senderos is the nonprofit Deanna and I started down in Guatemala in 2004 to support education and arts programs there. So now, by supporting my Patreon, you're supporting that work as well. I should explain that a lot of artists have different tiers on Patreon, and people get different access depending on how much they contribute. That's a fine way to do it, but it's not the way I like to do it. I want everybody to get the same access, no matter what they can contribute, because some folks have more resources than others. So there are people as part of the community that chip in $1 a month, and people who chip in $50 a month, and everything in between, with a lot of folks settling in around $10. I am grateful that every single one of those people is there. For most of my career, CD sales made up about 1/3 of my income. Now with streaming, that income is pretty much gone, but Patreon has filled that gap. So honestly, Patreon is really one of the main reasons I still get to be a professional artist. It's really impossible for me to quantify the value of community and of music in my life. Patreon gives me both, and it also gives me this beautiful accountability. In the last 53 months, I've written 53 songs, and that has been a game changer for me as a songwriter. So thanks for being interested in what I'm up to. I've gotten to be an independent musician for a living for my entire adult life because people have been interested. I gotta say, you're a great boss. It's just me and you. There's no record label, there's no fancy manager, just us. And I like it that way. So I look forward to catching up soon. If you want to check out Patreon for a month or two, I'll see you there.